This little book is the debut novel from Alexis M. Smith. It is brand new, published this year by Tin House Press. The main character is Isabel, a 20-something who is living the hipster dream in Portland, where she works in a library restoring old books. She's vegetarian, of course, and spends her free time browsing thrift stores for vintage clothing and interesting old photographs. Kind of a dream come true, no? Well, sort of. Although Isabel's preoccupation with fragments of the past seems to be a labor of love, it doesn't necessarily make it a labor of joy, per se. It actually reminds me of something the evil mastermind of the show Heroes once says. Someone has come to kill him, and he offers the guy a deal. Linderman is the guy on the right. He says, you have a choice. You can either be happy, or you can have a life of meaning. But you can't do both, because to be happy, you have to live entirely in the moment, and have a life of meaning, it's all about the past and the future. In Glaciers, Isabel is never in the moment. Even when she ends up out for lunch at the same restaurant as her crush and he invites her over to his table, she struggles to make awkward conversation before he has to go back to the library for a meeting. Her emotions are contradictory at times. She does seem genuinely interested in Spoke, that's his name, but when she finally gets the chance to talk to him, she just disappears further into herself. And she does seem to care deeply for old things. She attaches herself to things whose previous owners have stopped caring for them, or perhaps passed away. It's like every old dress or postcard she finds is another Velveteen Rabbit in its own way. At the same time, the reason she enjoys this restaurant where she's eating lunch is because it's a place where she can disappear. This idea of attachment and disappearing seem to be contradictory in her. But then I thought, maybe that's just one way of looking at love. Like, rather than attaching us to the world, it sets us free from it. Love distracts us from the painful passage of time, allowing us to hold on to something, whether it's a postcard or a person. In this way, Glaciers becomes a much broader cultural criticism as well. Spoke, her crush, is in the army and has already served once in Iraq before he comes to work at the library with Isabel, and she marvels at how he breaks down her previous stereotypes of what soldiers would be like. Images she used to conjure for the word soldier include packaged meat, the grill of a truck, and cinder blocks. Instead, Spoke's old button-downs and out-of-style glasses simply recall a time before the war seemed so real, so permanent. And it's not just the war everyone wished would disappear, but environmental damage as well. Being from Alaska herself, Isabel has seen glaciers calving into the ocean, and knows that they are slowly but surely melting away. But Isabel doesn't have answers about what to do about any of this. Her reaction is all too familiar. Instead of face the problems over which she has so little control, she tries to disappear, to take what little she can, love it and protect it, and let the rest go. So, those are my thoughts on Glaciers. Thanks for watching Brave Little Books, and I'll see you next week.